Happy Halloween, Aquarius! Welcome to your October 2015 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. Let's jump in and see what October holds for my Aquarian friends. Please do keep in mind that these are general readings. As I always mentioned, so not all of these messages will be specifically for you, but rather they will be for your Aquarian brothers and sisters. If you would like to get an appointment for a private session, all of the messages will apply to you. So just drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video if you would like to set up an appointment for a private reading. It's runescopes4u@gmail.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. You'll also find it in this video and below the video. Just tap that little arrow. If you're on a mobile device, beneath the video, there's a little arrow. Just tap that and that'll open that details section where all of my info is, and you can contact me. You can also watch the video for your rising sign. That can give you additional messages that will apply to you for the month. But of course, the best way is to schedule a session with me and we can take a look at any issues that you may be dealing with specifically. Also wanted to mention that I will be offering one final rune class for 2015. This one's going to be November 2nd through December 7th if you want to learn how to read runes for yourself. That is $185 for the full 6-week course. It's totally online, and the deadline to sign up is October 29th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you would like more information about that, or if you would like to sign up, just contact me at that same email address, and I can get you signed up or send you the full details on that. But let's take a look here, Aquarius, and see what October is going to have shaking for you. For your focus, oh, and also I wanted to mention, in the spirit of the month, I am using the Vampire Tarot. This is by Natalie Hertz. Just a little switcheroo to get into the season. I'm trying to hold it in the light so you can see it. I don't know if it's still in print. I think it is, but for your focus for the month is the Two of Swords in reverse. So it's paired with some really good runes though. So I feel like maybe this happened in September because we did have some eclipses in September. So the Two of Swords in reverse talks about conflict, and it talks about arguments and people arguing just to argue and saying really hurtful things to each other. But you have some really good runes here, Aquarius. So maybe this happened in September, or maybe even further back than that. And you want a new beginning. You want communication. You're wanting to open up a dialogue or rectify or correct a situation. So I mean, and this could have been with anyone, your partner, a family member, a friend, where there's been maybe a severance and you haven't talked to this person in a while, but you really would like to. Now, for many of you, that's your focus in October. Some of you may get that opportunity. Some of you, it may be further down the line. We'll see what the general vibe is here. But for many of you, it could come up that that's your focus because someone does get back in touch with you and communicates with you in a much more positive way. So if there have been arguments, if you're watching this on the September side, it looks like at least for your part, Aquarius, you will be willing to hear someone out, or maybe you'll be even making the first move, whether or not the other person deserves it. Sometimes we can get caught up in that. Not usually you, Aquarius, but sometimes people can get caught up in that. I'm not the one who did wrong, so I'm not going to be the first one. This doesn't seem to be a concern with you. So maybe this is just someone you care a lot about, Aquarius. And so yeah, this could be a child, or again, a spouse, or a boyfriend, girlfriend, a relationship that you really care about. It's important to you, or being able to work together is very important to you with this other person. You want this other person in your life, or you have to have a situation that is more open and less stressful, because it seems like whatever this is causing you a bit of sadness. Aquarius, or has in the past. So, but I do see a new beginning here. And for many of you, this may even be with more than one person. We do have the Lovers card here in the reverse. So, can you see that? Here we go. I'm trying to. In the reverse, the Lovers can talk about three people. It can talk about a triangle situation. But next to Canes here, the rune Canes, it can indicate moving past something. So maybe some of you've decided to honestly, with the Two of Swords in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, and the Tower card over here in the reverse, some of you may be the other person in a love affair. And you may be working out terms with this situation. I'm seeing that for most of you, if that's the way this is playing out, it does not have to be like a romantic situation. But for those of you where you are the other woman or the other man, and the person that you are in love with is with someone else, it seems like the facade is going to stay in place for October. You may you feel vulnerable, or you may feel like this person is taking advantage of you, and you may express that in the month of October, Aquarius. Some of you may be saying, you know what, if you don't make a decision, because again, the Lovers can indicate someone who is delaying making a decision. They're not making it. They need to make a choice, and they're not doing it. And you may, Aquarius, be, telling this person, look, I'm tired of being used. You need to make a decision, and or I'm going to spill the beans. And now, for those of you who, say this or tell this person this, I don't think you'll do it in October, but you may very well do it in the next month. You may give this person a deadline and be like, look, if you don't make this decision and tell this person by this date, I'm done. I'm going to move on because this is wasting my time. Now, for many of you, this may be someone else who is dealing with a breakup, going through a divorce, considering a divorce. Because for some of you, it seems like, and it doesn't have to be that you're the third person, but it could be, someone you care about, a sister, a brother, a child who is wanting to leave a negative relationship, and you are, wanting to help them. Maybe they've been alienated from you. You haven't been able to talk to them because they were in this situation, or they, weren't able to freely communicate with you. Getting a sense of some jealousy, some possessiveness going on in a relationship, not necessarily that you're involved in, Aquarius, but you are by extension, because you care about one of the people in this kind of negative situation. Maybe a friend or a family member of yours is in a triangle situation where they want, they are in love with someone who's not available, and you are trying to help this person, giving them advice, trying to help them move forward, or free themselves from a situation that's holding them back. Now, the help that's going to be available to you, Aquarius, during the month of October, you've got the Eight of Pentacles coming up in that situation as the tarot card. And I feel like there's a lot of work that you're doing. Some of you are mastering maybe a new work situation, or you are thinking of leaving. Maybe you feel like I've stayed here long enough. Because it seems like there's a lot of work coming in. Now, for those of you who maybe it's been a slow period, I do see October picking up. So if this is a home business, if you own your own business and have been going through a period of maybe it's been a little bit slow, or maybe the company you work for, everybody's been a little concerned. There hasn't been much work. I don't know how safe our jobs are. It does seem like things pick up in October, because we are heading into that last bit of the month. October is officially now the start of the holiday season with Halloween, at least here in the United States. So especially if you're in a retail or business, that involve sales related to the holidays. Things are really going to pick up. If you're looking to pick up some spare cash, some of you may be getting a job in retail. It's not going to be like your dream job, but there's going to be a lot of work and a lot of opportunities available for that. Some of you may be doing this just to help kind of have money for the holidays, or to pay off bills from last year. so you can get some presents, or have a bit more free money to spend this year. Some of you maybe, you're laying a foundation here. So some of you maybe recently, maybe you've made a career change, or maybe you're thinking about making a career change. But there is going to be money coming into you, but it may be through a source that you're not, you may not be thrilled about. So those of you who are in a job that you're kind of like, there's a lot of work now, but it's like, I don't really love doing this. Some of you may have the opportunity to move up. I feel like this is specifically talking to many of you who have been on this career path for a while, though. It's not like you're new or just out of college. You've been doing this for a while. So some of you may be thinking about retirement, and how much would I need to retire, and when can I retire? And I feel like over the next year, those of you who are wanting to do that, you will find the right people, and definitely talk to people that you are close to about that. Your family, your friends, because they may have some very good opportunities available, or names they can pass along to you as far as being able to do that, or saving up for that. Now, some of you may be wanting to, within the next year, totally go out on your own, or totally go out and do your own business in a different field. And so you may be talking to someone about that. Whatever this is, it starts in October for many of you. And it may be, again, the process of about a year. But you will get there. You will get there. Now, some of you, again, in October, though, if it's been slow, especially if it's your own home-based business, you'll start to see definitely a pickup from now through the end of the year. And so hopefully you already took your vacation because it looks like you're going to be very busy. The money is going to come in very handy, though, no matter how you're getting it, even if you're getting it through a job that's not necessarily your soul's calling. Now some of you could meet, specifically any men who are watching, you could meet a significant female on the job. And even for women, because we have the rune that symbolizes an intuitive female. This can also mean just following your intuition when it comes to work, but for many of you, this may come in as a person. Either a good female friend, or for you guys, a person who is very knowing and spiritual, and she just has really good insight into that sort of thing. Some of you may be spending money on learning how to do something like this. Some of you may be signing up for my rune class, which would be awesome. But yeah, it could be anything like that. Any kind of course of study where you're meeting with a group, or you're meeting with like-minded people, and learning something that is spiritual in nature. So this could be anything from meditation to yoga, tarot, runes, any of that. And it could put you in contact with a very spiritual person who is very knowledgeable, and who may prove to be a bit of a mentor for you. If so, this could be a course of study that maybe there are levels. I'm seeing Reiki as well, so some of you may be interested in that. And this may be something that carries you over the next year, something you're learning about over the next year. What can't be changed in October? And we do have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have Gifu. So, Gifu is the rune of partnerships, business or romantic. But I feel you guys are going to be lucky, especially you single Aquarians. In October, you could feel like, you're meeting more quality people. Or you're just, and it'll be in a very kind of fortuitous way with the Wheel of Fortune here. It all has to do about divine timing. Some of you may be like, oh my God, why is it taking so long for me to meet someone? Or, you know, why is it all my relationships? Again, in October, I feel like there is it's like you've got to be in the right place at the right time. And it's not going to be when you expect to meet someone. So it will be in more of a, like, kind of a, you know, a spin of the wheel, a stroke of lightning, or you know, that kind of a situation where you're just maybe going about your daily business, not thinking about meeting anyone at all. Some of you, again, going back to this, could be someone at work. But yeah, there will be opportunities to partner up for many of you single Aquarians in October, and in unlikely situations. And so just be on the lookout. Now, for those of you who are coupled, I do feel like, you know, if the relationship has been solid, maybe some of you are just talking about how can we improve our money, our financial situation. You may feel like you are on the same page if there have been difficulties. You may feel like you're finally on the same page. Those of you who are in this triangle dynamic, if that's you and not someone else, you are going to be trying to put it on a forward movement. Some of you may get what you want with the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. I mean, that is a very lucky card. It is the card of things finally moving in your favor. That wheel is you know, finally on the upswing here. And particularly when it comes to your close relationships. This does not have to be a romantic relationship. We do form partnerships with everyone in our lives. So for those of you that this person that's been maybe estranged or away for a while, this could just be signifying that finally, you know, the time is right to fix this situation. And those talks, that communication will go very well, Aquarius, if that's how this is working out. Definitely good signs to have, a good card and a good rune to have in the what can't be changed section of October. But yeah, I do feel like there won't be any further shakes to the foundation with the Tower card in reverse. But unfortunately, with the Tower card in reverse, that could mean that you don't have all the information, or something that has remained hidden will stay hidden. You know, that there's no shocking revelation, but maybe that's because it already happened. You know, it could be that that's already happened, or that you want it to be that way, or you know, it's someone else that's hiding, you know, something from their mate. Like this person who's caught in this possessive relationship or whatever. Maybe they're talking to you about how they want to leave that, but they're kind of keeping the other person. They haven't told this person yet because maybe they would flip out. But there's someone who is feeling vulnerable in October, or feeling like they were taken advantage of, or tricked, or used in some way, Aquarius. I feel like for a lot of you, it's someone close to you. It's not you. But for those of you that it is you, definitely take steps in October to turn this situation around to your advantage, or to get out of it. Because this is talking about, you know, is this person really being honest with you? If you are like in a triangle situation, is this person being honest with you, or do they just keep putting you off and putting you off? Because in October, if you are free, you have a chance to meet someone new who is like, I mean, this is partnership material. So I wouldn't stay stuck in a situation that's not going anywhere, where you're just spinning your wheels. This rune can often talk about, you know, not getting mixed up with people who will use you or take advantage of you. These are people to be avoided, especially if their track record has been repeating that sort of vibe, or repeating that sort of motion. If you don't get out of this situation in October, Aquarius, then I would definitely give this person a deadline. You know, I am done with this. If we don't take this to the next level, if you don't leave your, you know, tell this person that you say you want to leave, if you don't tell them by this date, I'm out of here. And that might be the advice you're giving someone else, though, is that, you know, you need to get out of this situation. You are being taken advantage of, or, you know, you're being lied to or deceived in some way. And, you know, the action may not be taken in October, but it's starting in October, Aquarius, whether this is you or someone else you're advising. So that is what I see for October. Happy Halloween again, and I will see you back here in November.